We live in a world that's, well, literally in your pocket, right?
Yeah.
Endless scrolling, instant access to like anything. And let's be honest, a lot of distracting illusions too. But have you ever really stopped? I mean, really stopped to ask, what is this constant digital stuff doing to my energy? And I don't just mean, your motivation or your focus for the day. I'm talking about your subtle energy system, your prana, your chakras. What's happening to that ancient map, your inner power centers?
Exactly. It's profound wisdom, stuff that was once taught so carefully in temples, passed down. And now, well, it feels like it's just buried under Instagram feeds and all those reels. So our mission today, really, in this deep dive, is to explore how digital lust, and yeah, we mean specifically things like porn, sensual content, how it silently hijacks these sacred energies, blocks them, because these chakras, they aren't just symbols, they're like dynamic vortexes, taking in and giving out prana, life force. It's your blueprint for vitality and what you consume. It hits it hard.
Yeah, and this matters directly to you listening right now. If your energy centers are out of whack, you're going to feel it. Maybe in ways you don't even connect to your phone habits. You might just feel off or anxious or like empty deep down. Even if life looks successful on the surface, maybe you work hard, but you're never really fulfilled, or you chase relationships, but still feel, lonely, or you've tried meditating and it's just like hitting a wall. Nothing moves. The problem isn't always external, right? It's how your life force is being drained. And we're saying constant digital sensuality. That's one of the biggest leaks, a huge one, like a slow drip in your spiritual fuel tank. Unseen. Okay, so let's make this real. Let me tell you about someone, let's call him Arjun. Arjun wasn't, a bad person or anything. Smart guy, spiritual, curious, really. But every night he'd slip into this loop, same exact loop, started innocently. Instagram, okay. Then like random reels. And then almost always it led to porn. It was always just one scroll, right? One video, just need one escape. He'd promise himself, tomorrow I stop. But tomorrow, well, it never quite came. Became this cycle. Broken promises to himself. I think, a lot of us can probably relate to that feeling that just one more loop. Arjun sounds, pretty relatable.
Oh, absolutely. Very relatable. And the thing is, what Arjun didn't see, what he didn't feel immediately, was the unseen energetic hit. It was like his chakras were, getting fried, slowly but surely. His energy, his vital force, it wasn't moving up. It was getting stuck down low repeatedly. It was this complete shift from potentially sacred to just scattered, from someone with real yogic potential to, frankly, feeling like a dopamine addict. And this went on too long until one day, boom, rock bottom, just felt numb, spiritually blind, no joy, no clarity, nothing. And that, strangely enough, that was his awakening, that breakdown. It actually set the stage for him and for us now to really get the specific impacts. Let's dig into those.
Correct. So building on that, let's talk about the first energy center that really takes a beating here. Muladhara, the root chakra. Think of this as your foundation, your absolute energetic bedrock. It's all about security, survival, feeling grounded in the world, your connection to earth.
Yeah, and what's fascinating, or maybe disturbing, is how digital lust messes with the root. It overstimulates it, but makes it incredibly shaky. See, your root chakra wants stability, consistency, the tangible. But that endless scroll, chasing novel, sensual hits, it pulls your awareness out of grounded reality constantly. It creates this background hum of instability, like your internal security compass is just spinning. And how does that feel? Well, it feels like anxiety, a subtle fear, restlessness. You just can't sit still. You feel this constant need to prove yourself, maybe. It's like trying to build a house on, shifting sand. You feel kind of unsafe even when you're perfectly safe physically. It's a clear sign, energy imbalance, driven by where your attention goes.
From the root, let's move up. Next stop.
Swahisthana.
The sacral chakra. This is the seat of your raw sexual energy, yes, but also creativity. Your emotions, their flow is where passion lives.
And this center, this is the one most directly hit when digital sensuality, especially porn, becomes a habit, no question. When you're constantly chasing that external hit, you are literally, energetically spilling your vital force instead of building it, cultivating it. It's like having this amazing inner wellspring, but it's just constantly leaking out, not being channeled. So what might you feel? Maybe persistent guilt, right? But also this compulsive pull you can't stop. You might find your passion for real connection, real intimacy just fades because the simulation is so easy. and creativity. Often huge blocks, creative blocks are so common here because an imbalanced sacral, it turns that vibrant, healthy desire, which is meant for creation, for connection, into this dull, consuming addiction. And this is why, ancient wisdom didn't just say suppress it. No, they taught brahmacharya, which isn't suppression. It's powerful, conscious redirection, channeling that same potent energy into purpose, into art, into work you love, into inner bliss. It's about cultivating it, not wasting it.
Cultivating, not draining.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense. Okay, let's leap up now, way up to Ajna Chakra. The third eye, this is your center for vision, intuition, spiritual clarity, that inner knowing.
Absolutely. And what's really interesting here is how feeding on lustful visuals day in, day out, it makes you start living in fantasy, not grounded reality. Your third eye, which should be clear, discerning, it gets foggy. Really foggy. You literally can't see clearly, not just spiritually, but in everyday life too. You might find yourself ignoring obvious red flags in relationships and opportunities, just missing them, losing focus on your big goals, maybe even stopping big dreams because they just feel fuzzy, too far off. Your decisions become mechanical, habitual, logic-based maybe, but not intuitive, not guided from within. Digital lust doesn't just distract your mind. It effectively, energetically shuts the gate to higher vision. It obscures your true path.
That's a really strong point. Living in fantasy, the foggy third eye. But hang on, some might say, what about creative visualization? Or exploring fictional worlds? Isn't that expansive? How is this fantasy you're describing, the one from digital lust, different from, say, healthy daydreaming or imagination?
Oh, it's a crucial distinction. You're right to ask. Healthy visualization, imagination, those expand your consciousness. They connect you to possibility. They are active creative acts generated from within. The fantasy we're talking about here, born from habitual digital lust, it's different. It's passive consumption. It actually contracts your reality over time. It's not about building something. It's about escaping from something. It gives this false sense of satisfaction, right? But without any real world action or engagement. So it leads to disconnect. Disconnect from your own intuition, your own power to create. Think of it like this. One is building a vivid inner blueprint to manifest something real. The other is just watching someone else's simulation, which actually drains your creative battery without adding anything to your actual life.
Wow. Okay. A passive consumption versus active creation. It's like a quiet drain then. So fundamentally, what does all this mean? Why does this happen? This feeling tired, depleted after supposedly relaxing online.
It's a great question, and it boils down to this fundamental conflict inside us. Your conscious mind. It loves novelty, instant gratification, quick hits of pleasure. It's wired for it almost. But your energy body, your deeper system, your prana, it craves stability, balance, coherent flow. It needs that. So while the mind gets that quick, fleeting high from digital pleasure, your prana, your actual life force gets really confused, fragmented. Imagine your energy system is like a deep well, full of vitality. Every time you dive into these habits, especially the sensual stuff, it's not just a moment's distraction. It's like putting a tiny hole in the well, a slow leak. You're not using the water purposefully. You're just letting it spill out passively. And over time, you feel depleted. Think of like every scroll as one micro trauma to your system, which means every short-term pleasure becomes long-term depletion. That's the core reason right there why you often feel more tired after relaxing online. Your energy wasn't renewed. It was just dissipated quietly.
Micro trauma to your system. Wow. That phrase really hits home. It explains that weird exhaustion, doesn't it? After hours online, even if you did nothing physical. Yeah, that quiet drain. Okay, so what do? What's the path out? Do we just run for the hills, throw the phone in a river, go totally off grid? Is that the answer?
No, not necessarily. Not at all. Look, the path forward isn't about becoming a hermit. It's about becoming a warrior of awareness. It's about conscious realignment, bringing things back into balance. Here are 3 really powerful, practical things you can start doing. Like today, first, sacred stillness. Just commit. 5 minutes every morning. Silence. No phone, no music, nothing. Just sit, be. This simple act lets your energy settle down, find its center again. It resets you for the day. It's incredibly powerful. Second, mantra and breath. Okay. When those urges hit, that pull towards the screen, instead of grabbing the device, try this. Close your eyes, take a few deep, slow breaths, and use a mantra. Something like Om Namah Shivaya. It's an ancient sound, a vibration used for purification, for connection. It helps clear out the lower chakras and lifts the energy upwards. And third, retention and redirection. Look, you don't need to be a monk, but you can choose. Consciously choose to retain your vital energy instead of just letting it spill out, and then powerfully redirect it. Channel it into your creativity, into focused work, into real love, real connection, into your growth. Remember brahamachary. It's not about clamping down. It's about building immense inner strength by using this potent life force wisely, consciously.
Okay. Sacred stillness, mantra and breath, retention and redirection. Practical steps. So let's bring it back to Arjun to close the loop on his story. I didn't just snap his fingers and change, right? Of course not. But day by day, he committed. He practiced these things, these exact steps. And slowly, that desperate need to escape, it started to fade. His mind got quieter. His energy felt more stable, his own. And he started feeling real joy again in simple things. Sun on his face, And now he actually teaches this stuff to others because he had that huge realization, that aha moment. Once you truly get it, once you realize your energy is sacred, you just don't give it away cheaply anymore. You can't. So the central message here, we really want you to take away is this. Your chakras, they aren't just cool ancient symbols or some abstract idea. They are your power stations, literally the core of your vitality.
Yeah.
Don't let a screen steal their charge. Protect them.
Exactly. This is your time to rise. And as you think about all this, just remember, you're not weak, you're not broken. You might just be misaligned energetically. And that we can fix. Let's fix that together.
And join us next time because we're going to explore something really interesting. An ancient trick. Something sages use to control desire. Not through brute force, but through deep, deep alignment. Something sages use to control desire. Not through brute